What is up everyone, it is Sacred Saiyan here, welcoming you back to another video. Today we're going to be doing the fourth part to reboot of my old series, What If Goku Was a Legendary Super Saiyan. You guys loved the last video, and even though it took over 6 hours to edit, it was worth every second. If you end up liking today's video, then please consider subscribing. It is free, and you can always unsubscribe later. Also, if you want to join my Discord server, then there is a link to that in the description of the video. You can talk to me and my community, grind for roles, and if you put your art in the art text channel and 10 people react with a star, it will get featured at the end of a video. If you want to see another part of this series, then get this video to 400 likes, and with all of that out of the way, let's get into today's episode of What If Goku Was Born a Legendary Super Saiyan. A year has passed since the last video has ended. King Cold attempted to find Namek in hopes to find the person who killed his son. However, the Earth's Dragon Balls were already used to move Namek, so King Cold isn't able to find it. Goku is outside of Capsule Corp. Goku is trying to teach Gohan to control Ikari, which he recently unlocked. Then, out of nowhere, a strange looking ship would appear. A man with purple hair would exit the ship, and would then walk over to Goku and Gohan. Gohan reverts to his base form, and then the man with purple hair introduces himself. He is Gohan, from the future. In 3 years' time, androids created by Dr. Gero will attack, and they will kill everyone other than himself and Bulma. Even with Ikari, it wasn't enough. But luckily, he was able to access that golden hair form on top of Ikari after seeing all of his friends die, and he was able to defeat the androids, but ended up going on a rampage in the process. He did eventually calm down. However, sometime later, a new threat emerged. A strange bug person called Cell. Cell has the DNA of Goku, Frieza, Piccolo, Raditz, Vegeta, and Gohan. Even when Gohan used Super Saiyan on top of Ikari, it wasn't strong enough to defeat Cell. He was never able to access that green hair form Goku has, but maybe if he did, Cell wouldn't be an issue. There's no reason for Goku to believe future Gohan, but for some reason he just does. Goku asks future Gohan what happened to him in the future, and future Gohan says that is why he is here. Before the androids even arrived, Goku had already died to a heart virus, which had no cure at the time. However, a cure was eventually made, and he has come to the past to give that cure to him. Goku must use this cure. It is the only way to save the future. Cell for some reason hasn't been destroying a lot of cities yet, but Gohan assumes he is planning something big, and he won't be able to stop it. Goku takes a heart virus medicine, and he thanks future Gohan. Future Gohan says he will return once the androids emerge to make sure everything goes well, and he then jumps back into the time machine and heads back to the future. We now skip 3 years into the future. Goku would have told all the Z fighters about the threat of the androids and Cell. So all the humans, Piccolo, and the Saiyans would train intensely for the 3 years before the androids arrive. Raditz would even have accessed Super Saiyan during this time, and both Raditz and Goku believe there is a way to surpass Super Saiyan without using Ikari. They just don't know how. Also, Goku would have actually used a heart virus medicine since Bulma would remind him, meaning he won't have any issues with that. The humans needed a way to help in the fight with the androids, so they would train under Kami, and after that, Kami would get in contact with King Kai and would ask him if the human Z fighters can train under him. King Kai would accept this as a thank you to Kami for getting those Saiyans to dispose of Frieza, so the humans would head to King Kai's planet and train under him, learning both the Spirit Bomb and most importantly, the Kaioken. Piccolo would even join them in training with King Kai after a while, seeing as he doesn't want to be the only one who can't multiply his power. We now head to the city where the androids should attack, but they are nowhere to be seen. Then, all the fighters suddenly feel an insane increase in power. They all head towards the incredible power, and they end up in a mountain range. They then see Gero's lab, and they fly into it, but just before they do, Cell absorbs Android 17 as well. Cell has now absorbed both Android 17 and 18. He has now become perfect. Goku sees Cell and he looks around the lab, seeing the destroyed bodies of Dr. Gero and Android 20 on the floor. You may wonder why Cell came to absorb the androids so early. Well, let me explain. Cell, even in his imperfect state, was already stronger than a future Gohan using Super Saiyan on top of Akari. He had no need to waste time absorbing humans. Cell laughs, sensing how weak even the mighty Goku is in comparison to himself. He obviously hasn't seen Goku at full power, but he already knows he wouldn't be a challenge. Cell states that even though he could kill everyone here without breaking a sweat, that would be no fun. He knows how fast Goku will be able to grow in power, and he craves a good challenge, so he tells them all that they have 1 week to train. He then tells them to make sure they watch the news later today, and he flies away. Everyone is confused, but Goku just has a serious expression on his face. A couple seconds later, future Gohan arrives, and he asks what happened. After Goku explains the situation, future Gohan asks what they are supposed to do, and then Goku smirks. Goku tells them all to follow him to the lookout, and once they all arrive, Goku asks Kami if he upgraded the time chamber after he used it the last time like he asked. Kami nods, and then Goku explains to everyone how the time chamber works. All they need to do now is decide who goes in the time chamber with who. Goku decides he will go in with both Gohans at the same time. They won't be able to stay in the time chamber for an entire year since they won't have enough food, but it will be worth it anyway. The first couple of weeks in the time chamber would be spent on teaching present Gohan Super Saiyan, which he would quickly unlock thanks to his incredible potential. Then, all 3 of them would focus on mastering Super Saiyan, which they would do in a couple of months. Just remember, all 3 of them have insane potential, so this wouldn't be that difficult. Now, the hard part. Getting future Gohan and present Gohan to access full power Super Saiyan, aka Legendary Super Saiyan. Goku is able to transform into the form with little difficulty, and with his mastery of Super Saiyan, he is able to control the form without going berserk. It takes the rest of their time in the time chamber, but both Gohans do end up unlocking the green head form, and they gain control of it. The next people to go in the time chamber are Raditz and Piccolo. Piccolo hasn't fused with Kami, so you may assume he is weaker than his canon self, but with the Kaioken, he easily surpasses that. Piccolo's regeneration is perfect for the Kaioken, meaning he can use it to even higher levels than someone like Goku. This means Raditz actually has a good training partner, and since he knows Goku masters Super Saiyan, which means it is possible, Raditz would strive to do the same, and after the year has passed, he would have done so. The human's going to train next, and for the remaining days on the outside, the fighters just train and rest. To scale everyone's power, present Gohan is in the lead, with future Gohan shortly behind, and Goku a bit behind them. Raditz is then far below Goku, and Piccolo's only a bit behind Raditz, with the humans being far below Piccolo, and being relative to each other. We now head to the Cell games. Goku is up first to face Cell. Goku powers up to full power Super Saiyan, and he expects Cell to be afraid of his power, but Cell simply laughs. Does Goku seriously think that is impressive? I mean, if he didn't train himself, then maybe Goku would have a chance, but that is simply just pathetic. Goku is confused, and Cell laughs again. Does Goku seriously think he wouldn't train for the occasion as well? He created Cell Juniors and has been training with them the entire week in preparation for their battle. And seeing as he has the potential of Goku, Gohan, Frieza and more, he got a lot stronger. Think about it. Frieza alone has incredible potential, but Cell also has the potential of 2 legendary Super Saiyans on top of that. And then he has the potential of people like Piccolo, Raditz and Vegeta, but those are less important. Goku is angry and he rushes at Cell. Goku tries to land a flurry of punches on Cell, but he dodges every single one. They then begin to clash fists, shaking the entire planet. Cell taunts Goku, asking why he isn't using that Akari form on top of the one he is using now. Is he afraid of losing control? Is he afraid of hurting his friends? Goku gets angry, landing an uppercut on Cell, and Cell can't help but laugh. Goku's power is rapidly rising, and against anyone else, that would guarantee him the win, but unfortunately, Cell is growing just as fast as Goku, if not even faster. Goku knows he can't beat Cell, so he forfeits, seeing it is Gohan's turn. Gohan is terrified, but Goku tells him he can do this. He just has to believe in himself. Cell says that if the kid is fighting him, he wants the older one to face him at the same time. He already killed future Gohan once, he would enjoy doing it again. Future Gohan looks at his younger self and nods. Both Gohans power up to full power Super Saiyan, and they rush at Cell in unison. They are growing in power even faster than Goku did, and with the two of them fighting in unison, Cell actually begins to enjoy the fight. Whenever Cell dodges the attack from one Gohan, he gets hit by the other. Cell begins to get excited, using more and more power. It is overkill, but he doesn't care. Cell begins to beat on both Gohans. He is about to kill them, but then Goku flies into Cell, landing a kick on his jaw. Goku says that enough is enough. Cell wants him to use a carving on top of his green head form. Then so be it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did then make sure to like, comment and please do subscribe. It is quick and easy to do. With all of that out of the way, I hope to see you all in the next episode of What If Goku Was Born a Legendary Super Saiyan?